Hello everyone, this is Sherry. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you've had a great week and I hope that you are planning something fun for this weekend. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about ways to earn extra money when we are either in retirement or nearing retirement. And most of you have probably experienced or will soon experience that unless you have done extensive planning and have saved, it is very difficult to live on retirement alone. So a lot of my friends who are in this situation are looking for side hustles to make a little extra money every month. So I'm going to talk about 26 ways that you can earn money during midlife or beyond. And some of these do not require any special skills, while others do require some skill, and I'll explain that a little bit more. But before I get into it, if you would just remember to hit the subscribe and like button, I would greatly appreciate it if you enjoy this video, and that will help to grow my channel. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is cleaning. So if you're a person who loves to clean, and there are people who love to clean, then cleaning for others is a way for you to earn extra money. I know myself, I have a side hustle that I clean a medical office once a week. And this brings in some extra money for me. And it's not a bad job at all. Actually, I kind of enjoy it. And so it's a great way for me to earn that extra money that I need. And if you wanted to pick up one or two clients to clean homes or even business offices, that's a great way to bring in some money. The second way is cooking. If you are a person who loves to cook, you can make that into an income source for you. You could have a set menu where people could order meals, home-cooked meals. A lot of folks loved home cooking, but they either don't have the energy, they're not capable of being able to cook and stand for long periods of time. So they would love the opportunity to have a home-cooked meal. So you could cook these, box them up, and deliver them to your clients. So cooking is another way. Another thing you can do, if baking is more your thing, as it is mine, you could bake for others. You could bake things such as cookies, pies, cakes, breads. Breads is a huge one. And I will say around the holidays, I have a friend who does baking, and she bakes pies from Christmas all the way until, actually from Thanksgiving until Christmas. And it is incredible what she sells. So she, not only does she bake, she makes candies and she sells those sorts of things. Easter is a great time also to sell baked goods. So baking and making candies and that sort of thing is another great way to bring in money. Next is sewing. So if you have some sewing ability, which I do not, but if you do and you enjoy it, maybe you have a sewing machine, you could actually do all the way from alterations to just mending to just doing simple sewing projects such as pillow covers, cloth napkins, that sort of thing. I know I am constantly looking for someone to do some alterations for me. So that is a business that you could actually do from home and at your own pace. So sewing and alterations is another source of income. Next, laundry service. So again, if you have a good washer, a good dryer, and maybe you're the only one that lives in the home, you could possibly offer laundry services for folks where they would bring their laundry to you, you would do the laundry, you would dry it, fold it, and then they would come and pick it up when it's ready. So that's something to consider if you have the time and the facility to do that, is a laundry service. And you could also add ironing in that as well. Next, you could be a personal assistant. And what I mean by that, you could do things like running errands for someone, going to the grocery for them, to the pharmacy, all sorts of things. So sometimes it's very difficult, especially the elderly, when they lose the ability to drive. They need someone to run those errands for them, or maybe they need someone to, take them to doctor's appointments, or just various things. So you could offer your service as a personal assistant. And there's different websites that you can post these sorts of services that you offer, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. Another thing you can do is, I found out about this with my mother. There are folks that will sit with your elderly parent, relative, and what they do, they're not nurses. They don't provide medical care as much as they just provide companionship. They may help with a meal. They may help feed them. They may just sit and talk with them. Primarily, that's what they do. They provide companionship. There's someone there that can just give them a friend to talk to, because the elderly get very, very lonely, and sometimes the families need a respite as well. So if you think that you would enjoy spending time with elderly and bringing some meaning into their life, that's something you could consider as well. And another thing along the same lines is folks that have adult children with disabilities. Sometimes they need a respite as well. So if you feel that you could offer that service for someone, you could offer to help with an adult who has a disability. Next is reading for the blind. This is a service that is offered. Had a friend, and she was in her 80s at the time, and every Saturday morning she spent an hour reading books to the blind, and I thought that was just the coolest thing. She did make some money doing that, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. So that's an option for you as well. Another thing, for those of you who love to shop, that would be me, you can offer your services as a personal shopper. And this can be everything from going grocery shopping for a person to going clothes shopping, maybe home decor shopping. You would actually be the person who sits down with your client, and they show you what they would like, and you would actually go out and get the things for them. They would not have to do that. And that is a service that folks will pay for. And it sounds like a lot of fun, honestly. I would kind of like to do that. So, personal shopper. Next, we have a professional organizer. If you are the type of person that organizing is your jam, I would recommend that you consider being a professional organizer. These folks can go into homes and organize rooms, organize entire houses. The biggest thing I've seen is that they organize garages. And I'll admit it would be pretty nice to bring somebody in to organize my garage, because it's chaos. But that is another service that you can offer, is to be a professional organizer. Next is home decor. This is something that I love. Now, I'm not talking about being an interior designer. That's something different. That's a professional who has the credentials and the experience to actually do that. But if you are just a person who loves home decorating, I happen to be one of those. And I love decorating for holidays. You could offer your service as a home decorator. And of course, you could not charge what an interior designer would charge, but you could help. So many people are getting to the point that they need help putting up trees and Christmas things and Hanukkah and Halloween and all that. So you could actually go in and help those people decorate, or even just like a new home or an apartment. I always enjoyed helping my mother with her apartment, her home, helping with holiday decorations. So consider that if decorating is your thing. Next, if you enjoy gardening or outdoor work, you could start a gardening or landscaping business. Now, you would not need to be a landscaping architect or anything like that. This would be more basic things like helping someone plant flowers, helping someone rake leaves, or you could even get into lawn care if you had that. But if you wanted to stick with just a smaller scale project, help with garden beds. And I would not see that you would actually do an architectural design like an architect would do, but you would help with the basic planting, maybe pulling weeds and that sort of thing. So something else to consider is helping folks with their gardens or their flower beds. Next, if you enjoy being with children, and at this point in our life, we do not usually have young children unless they're our grandchildren, but you could do childcare. Many folks do childcare in their own home, or they help out in a pinch when parents need that. So that's something that you could offer to do as well. And childcare pays quite well in all parts of the country, so that's something to consider. And you would not have to have a license as long as you were under a certain number of children, but you would need to check into the requirements for that in your area. Next kind of care that I would love to do is a pet business. And you could offer in-home care, going to check on pets for people when they're traveling. You could offer a dog walking service. But there's just a ton of things that you could do, helping people with their pets. So if you love animals like I do, you could start your own pet business. And the next thing is selling books on Amazon. Now, I did not realize this until I watched a YouTube channel the other day, that you can take used books that you are finished with, that are still in good shape, and you can sell them on Amazon. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when you purchase textbooks or books on Amazon, it will give you the option new, used. Well, that's where that's coming from. It's folks, the used ones are folks who are selling their books, and then the seller would actually ship directly to the buyer. So that's an option for you. Not sure what it pays, but that's something you could look into. And then work events. So if you live in a community or a city that has a convention center or has larger events, you could work as an usher. You could work at the gate, but you could work as part of the event team. So that's another option for you, is to work events in your area. So now I'm going to get into some side hustles that do require either some form of education or a specific skill. And I'm going to start with teaching an online class. Now, this could be something that could be part of the formal education that you received. It could be a specific skill that you had. For example, let's say that you're an artist. You could do an online course on how to paint a specific art piece. Or you do calligraphy. You could do a calligraphy class online. My expertise is in the field of business, so I could see that I might do a class on how to create a resume that will get you a job, for example, how to write a cover letter. So what you would need to do in this situation is just look for your area of expertise, and you can set up an online course. And this is a form of passive income, because once you make the class and you put it online, you can put it on your website. There's different websites that you can put your class on, such as Skillshare. Then people just sign up for the class, and that's how you have a revenue from it. So it's a great way to be able to still share your skill with other people. Next is teach English online to students in foreign countries. And this is very popular with students in China. And there are a couple of sites that do this. One is VIP Kids. And the only requirement that I'm aware of is that you either have to be a certified teacher, or you have to have so many years of experience in teaching. Now, this can be anything from being a coach to being a mentor, or even helping your own kids. I mean, that counts as, working with kids, right? So, that's something to consider. And it would be a very rewarding experience, I would think. Next is if you have a craft or an artistic, any sort of thing that you could sell on an Etsy store, I suggest that you give that a shot. It can be an actual physical thing that you sell, a handmade object, or it could be a virtual product, such as greeting cards, postcards, something that you can actually make online and virtually, and you sell it to, and that's another way. That's another passive income. It's there. All the people have to do once they purchase it, they download it, you get the income, and they have the product. It's a little more difficult if you're selling handmade things. Next thing, if you love to write, there are a couple of options. One is blogging. This is something that has become very popular. And there are ways to make money with blogs. Traditionally, you did not make money with blogs, but you can get sponsorships, advertisements, affiliate marketing, and you can actually make money with your blogs. Another option that I have just recently heard about is that you can, if you have written a book, you could submit that to, I believe it's Amazon, and they have self-published books on Amazon for sale. I don't know the specifics of that, but it's worth checking into if you're interested in doing that. And you can also do a creative writing workshop. Try to say that. Those are just some options for you if writing is your jam. Next is virtual assistant. This seems to be growing in popularity. And what a virtual assistant is you are an assistant to someone, but it's all online. You could offer bookkeeping services, marketing, social media management, scheduling appointments for a business or a person, answering emails, organizing files. So you serve as that person's assistant, and you work through a business or through an online platform. And there are websites such as Fiverr, and I think the other one's called Upwork, that you post basically an ad on these websites that states what your credentials are, what your hourly rate is. A lot of times these people charge by the hour, or sometimes they offer per job. They'll quote per job. So, that's something to consider too. It's a way to work from home and to make really good money, actually. Next, if you have a specialty area, as let's say you were a teacher, you could offer tutoring services for children or adults. You may have adults that are taking college classes and they need tutoring, so that's an option for you as well. Again, that can be done in person or online. Next is work as a freelancer. So if you have a special skill or the education for a certain thing, you can actually take that and be a freelancer. For example, if you were a CPA or an accountant, you could actually freelance for folks and help with their taxes. Let's say you were an educator. You could work as a consultant and help get, let's say, a school system needed a consultant in a certain area. You could go in and work as a consultant for that school system. So again, it's a way for you to use your expertise and your experience to have another career, which is really cool. And next is coaching. This is also a growing occupation. And I've actually worked with job coaches before. I kind of consider myself somewhat of a job coach because I coach for students. There's fitness coaches, there's wellness coaches, business coaches, coaches for people who are trying to start their own business. They actually work with a business coach to kind of navigate them through the process. So that's an option for you as well. Affiliate marketing is another thing. Now what this is if you or a social media presence, be it YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you can promote a product, and you will, if the person clicks on the link and purchases that, you will get a small commission because you have promoted the product. So it's not your product, you're just promoting it. So that's what is known as affiliate marketing. And there, you can make a small amount doing this. You see it more so with YouTube creators. So, you know, if you'll see your podcast, this is sponsored by so-and-so and so-and-so. And a lot of times in Amazon, if you click on the link below, you know, that's the kind of thing that affiliate marketing. And last but not least, I'll mention is what I'm doing at this moment, and that is being a content creator. Of course, YouTube is one of the biggest platforms that people do their content creations. Also, you'll see content creations on TikTok. You'll see them on Instagram, Facebook, that sort of thing. But I find that making YouTube videos is kind of a creative outlet for me. It's something that I thoroughly enjoy. I will say that it takes a long time to actually start making money with YouTube. This is what I've seen from, I've watched numerous videos. Actually, I've been watching them for the last year when I started considering doing this. So it's not something that you're going to see the benefits right away, but it is something that I thoroughly enjoy. And you know, if that happens later down the road, then that's even better. But for now, just hearing your comments, having the interactions through comments and that sort of thing is enough for me. So if that's something you would like to do, consider doing YouTube or any other social media platform as a content creator. It's a lot of fun. So that's my list, and I hope that this has been helpful and has sparked ideas for you if you are looking for a way to bring in some extra money every month. Midlife has its challenges, but it's also such a rewarding time because we have more flexibility. We have time to do side jobs, and we have time to pursue passions and our creative outlets, when before we were so focused on our full-time careers that we just did not have the time. We had young children. So another benefit to midlife, I must say. Well, that's all I have for today, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed today. And I just want to say I have had so many people comment on the videos that I've posted, and I greatly appreciate that so much. Your support, the new subscribers that I've been getting, it's just such a blessing, and I am enjoying this so much. I just wish I could meet you guys in person. I did post a shorts this week asking for what kind of content you'd like to see on my channel. So if you would, you can even comment on this channel down below in the comment, or on this video. What would you like to see? Would you like for me to do a home tour? I do have several comments about you want to see more cooking videos. Those are in the works, I promise. Actually, I enjoyed making that very much. But I can do fashion, I can do health and beauty, travel, you name it, and I will bring it to you. Just put it in the comments, and that's how we'll communicate. And other than that, I just want to wish everyone a wonderful weekend. And the guys back here, I think you see Dexter in the background, they all want to say goodbye too, and I hope you enjoyed my pets video from last week introducing the pack. If you haven't watched that, be sure to go back and watch it. It was a lot of fun. So I hope everyone stays safe and healthy, and I will see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.